Peace, everybody. You now tuned in to the All Viral Access Media Show. Alright? Let's get it.
Now tuned in to All Viral Access Media. You dig?
I mean, at the end of the day, Inglewood families been beefing with 60's for over 40 years. It hasn't stopped when Nipsey died. You understand me?
Right.
It's all part of the game. It's all part of the same ignorance. Nipsey's not exempt to this ignorance. You understand what I'm saying? And I got to give props to Capone, because at the end of the day, he stood on his. He put his name on the wall. That's how you do it. He let him know, this Capone number 3, and I did this. He ain't did no 6ix9ine type of shit, because he's still outside. And that's part of gang banging. If you gonna gang bang, gang bang. That's what people ain't telling you.
Now hold that thought. I want you to continue that, because you make sense in your own right. So I'm not knocking that. Everybody press 1 if you can hear me. If you can hear him, please. Let's keep it going. Everybody, please. That cigarette look longer than a 1. It is a 100. Please, everybody, hit that like button. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear him? All right, we got a lot of ones. Now start over and say that again, King. Go ahead.
I'm saying, at the end of the day, it may be ignorant, but Inglewood families, where the dude Capone is from, they've been beefing with rolling 60's for 40 years.
Right.
And that shit ain't stopped when Nipsey died. They the direct 60's enemies. We call them direct enemies because they right down the block 5 minutes from Nipsey shop.
Wow.
They right there. They direct enemies. They right down the block. They favorite gangbangers get disrespected. That's what I don't like about it. Nipsey is niggas' favorite gangbanger. But they don't care about other, the 60's just kicked over some candles from Inglewood families, like about a month ago. Nobody talking about that. You know what I'm saying? It goes deep. And that's online. They put that online, kicking over IFG's candles. So it's like, when somebody's favorite gangbanger get disrespected, then it's not time to gangbang no more. So it's hypocritical to me. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Nipsey. I don't got no venom in my heart for any man. I think it's dumb at the end of the day. But if you gonna gangbang, gangbang. Don't pick and choose who's your favorite gangbanger, or even if you gonna spectate. Don't pick and choose your favorite gangbanger. And the dude that's dissing Nipsey, he's obviously standing on it because he's still online talking shit. And he in LA, he ain't doing no 6ix9ine shit because it's a big chance he gonna get caught. And that's his reality. Because it ain't just about Nipsey, he did neighborhood Crips.
Right.
And neighborhood Crips is big. You got a lot of sets in neighborhood Crips. The 60's, the 40's, the 100's, the 90's, East Coast Crips. I mean, there's so many Crips. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got a bigger problem than just rolling 60's, but he obviously is not tripping. He know what comes with it. And, I mean, as ignorant as it sound, I respect that. As long as you know what comes with it, hey, that's the culture. You got to deal with it. You know, but just choosing sides of who's their favorite gangbanger is ignorant to me myself.
I have to respect that, because that's how the game banging goes. That's the code. So you can't pick your favorite ones. And like you said, still respect to Nipsey. I'ma still hold Nipsey down, but to add on to that, you know, you just said last week or whatever, how long ago, that some of the rolling 60's kicked over somebody's tombstone. Am I correct? Something like that?
The candles, like they had a memorial. It was like a month or 2 ago. And they went over that. It was the same hoodie from Inglewood families when their homies got killed. And the 60's went over there and kicked over the candles and shit like that.
Wow.
But I love Nipsey. Don't get me wrong. I love what Nipsey stood for and what he tried to do. But I'm saying, with the culture, they've been beefing for 50 years. They don't really care about who Nipsey is. Like, that shit don't matter to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like loved ones lost. So it's like that shit is a war that's been going on forever and it never stops.
Wow.
You know, it just simmers down sometimes. That's it. It just simmers down, but it never stops. And still, when you go to the jail, I mean, still, it's on site in jail. When you go to LA County Jail, it's on site, and that ain't never stopped. So all this fake peace, unity stuff, when you hit LA County Jail, you gang bang. If you in the dorm, if an Inglewood family hit a dorm with some 60s at, he gonna have to get it cracking right there, right then and there. It ain't no pass. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? We trying to unite. Ain't none of that shit. That's the rule right there. So it's been going on like that forever in LA County Jail, even when the streets ain't that hot. So it's like the war ain't never stopped.
So let me ask you something as an OG. How old are you, King?
I'm 36.
Alright. Now you sound like you have some sense. Let me ask you a question. Have you gangbang? Are you a gangbanger or a former gangbanger?
Yeah. I'm affiliated. I wouldn't call it former, but I gangbanged, but I'm not a gangbanger.
So
I'm not active. A gangbanger is with Capone, but that's what I said. When gangbanging, getting your stripes out there, you got a gangbang.
Right.
You can't just sit there and be like, I'm from the hood, and that's it.
So, all right. Is there any OGs? Is there any OGs who try to at least talk some sense to these dudes? And I would say this is kind of a loaded question, but I understand it's been over 50 years they've been beefing. A lot of lives have been lost. So it was like, I don't give a f if your family died. My family got killed by your side, by your team. So it's gonna be like that forever. But it's been over 40 years. When is the peace going to come? And Nipsey was one of them. Is there anybody else who's trying to, build that bridge to mend these situations? We can't bring back the lives that have been lost. We can't do that. But we could also save some from being lost. So is there anybody that at least some of the OGs, or at least someone with some sense, is trying to make sense to these active gangbangers, man?
Honestly, it's a lot of people, man. And it's a lot of people that succeeded. And it's a lot of people that didn't succeed. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are living as blood members, or whatever, bloods, like Nipsey ID for blood. It's a lot of blood sets that's cool with the Rolling 60s. This just happened to be a blood set that's their direct enemy. This don't have nothing to do with blood and Crips. This is a direct enemy that happened to be a blood set from right down the block. That's what it is. Because it has been progress. Because some people is actively beefing, and they've been actively beefing for 40 years. And then you got some OGs, like you said, it is some OGs that are talking sense. Then you got some OGs like, fuck them. So it's like a devil on one side and an angel on the other side. That's right. You still got some OGs that still with the bullshit, like, fuck them, you can't let it slide, y'all gotta ride. Y'all the little homies, y'all gotta ride, y'all can't let us down. And you got the OGs like, man, this shit is bullshit. So it depends what the youngster take, what side he take.
Right.
Because like I seen a live with a young boy Capone, right? The Capone dude, he had live, right? Mm-hmm. And his OGs is telling him to continue on. Cause that's what he said. He said his dad called him. He said, man, keep on pressing their neck. Ain't nobody gonna discipline you. His dad must be from his set. So he said his dad called him. He said, keep it going. Fuck the niggas. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it depends what OG we talking about. It's a lot of OGs that want to calm it down.
Hey, man, only thing I want to say is, man, I appreciate your call, man. You put a lot of things in perspective. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this video and put this part up on what you explained. So I want to say, hey, King, thank you. You stay safe. You stay non-active. And if there's anything else you want to close out to say, go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I would like to close out. No disrespect to Nipsey. And me personally, I love what Nipsey is doing. He do it. Man, I mean, Nipsey is an inspiration.
Fact.
So I don't want to get that twisted like I'm saying that. All I'm saying is, when you young boys are gangbanging, they're gangbanging. They don't think logically like that. And they follow the rules and following the, whatever, the ignorant rules, whatever. You might not agree with it, the ignorant lifestyle, the ignorant culture, but they following that shit, and this shit been going on forever. This shit ain't nothing new, dissing dead homies, even in my younger days, before this shit was on the internet, because a lot of people try to act like Chicago started the dissing dead homies. No, this shit been happening forever in gang culture. We used to cross out the name, like a nigga died, and claim the name. Like you cross it out on the wall and put little tiny note, say the name. And you cross out his name and put your hood name like we did that. Fuck little tiny note, we did. Because of us. Like, I mean, that shit has been going on for decades. And the shit is stupid. And obviously, I'm not a team Capone either. Because the nigga, when I listen to the nigga actually got a mental illness. He needs some help. He probably retarded. He probably a nigga that got all F's in school. Cause he seems like he needs mental help, though, honestly. Like, he got some mental issues that need to be addressed. Like, he one of them young boys lost. Remedial, whatever. He lost. So, that's it, man. And it's a lot of them out there. They on drugs. They lost. You know what I'm saying? They ain't did good in school. They can't read. You know what I'm saying? They look cool, but man, they fucked up inside. So yeah. Alright, Mike.
Hey man, definitely appreciate your phone call, King. You already know. Peace.
Alright.
Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and definitely subscribe. Alright? This is All Viral Access Media, okay? And I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.